What is up, everybody? Okay, so today we're going to go through Ron's latest brush set, Webs. So, as Halloween's coming up, it's pretty cool to have a look and see what's out there that can help you enhance your your works and whatever. And this brush set is pretty cool. It was given to me by Ron, and hopefully we can do a giveaway of these brushes. If you guys are interested, let me know. If you'd like to win a set of these, which they're awesome, let me know in the comments, and we'll make that happen. So, just going through a couple of these brushes here to see them. I mean, they're all roughly 3-4K each. They're massive, and so far so good. I've just got a white background here with just using black, so nothing fancy. But just to have a look at some of the shapes and some of the patterns of what webs come with this pack. There are a lot of brushes in here. There are a hell of a lot of different brushes in here, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, just having a look. Halloween around the corner, isn't it? Isn't it? Man, I love Halloween. Halloween is probably my second favorite, event compared to Christmas. Love Christmas. Always have, always will. So over here I've just got like an image opened up, and I want to just test. I'm just testing to see what you can do. And look at this. You can start just adding brushes, adding things. I'm just messing around with different brushes, just seeing how they would suit the image. And you can see a ton of these just fall right in beautifully. Now remember, all brushes are the same. You don't have to use them as just a brush. You can add a brush, you can blur them, you can fade it out, you can comp the brush in the scene. And that's what makes it powerful. It's not about just adding a brush in a project or a scene or whatever. It's about putting it in, deleting the parts that you don't really need. Now I'm doing this very crudely. I get it, whatever. But just to show you quickly, how you can start using these brushes and, put a bit of a blur on it. See what it looks like. Blur it so you don't have to see its face. Like Margaret, really. You don't want to see its face. Put that plastic bag over it, you wee little bastard. And you can just start playing around with the overlays and screenings and different formats of it. And you can see subtle webs in the background. Webs aren't in your face. They're subtle. You see them just ever so slightly. Now, I shouldn't have used the Gaussian blur. No, not the Gaussian. I used a compound, I think, or a box blur or a camera blur, whatever. And you shouldn't. Something's still wrong with that. If there's alphas in between, there's a few things that mess up. So, yeah. So we go from there. Now you got like full blown brushes, full pages. You got cutoffs. You've got a lot of standalone brushes, and they're all working pretty cool. These are just like little, once again, just messing around, blurring a few brushes, having those in, changing the colors, and just messing around a little bit, seeing how things can work. So let's see if we can do a giveaway. Put your name down in the comments or whatever. Say you're interested, and let's see what we can do. And I wonder if any of you gonna do Halloween images. I'm working on a Halloween image. I'm working on a disgusting Halloween image, which I'll be putting up on RenderHub in the next week or two. And I've got a full walkthrough of that too, how I put it together. But I think it's quite a gruesome one this year. And because we're dealing with RenderHub, I'm just going all out. It's not like Daz where I've got to, in case a finger is cut off and they ban my image again, we'll just chuck it up on RenderHub. So it also opens me up to creating what I want to create, which is pretty cool. So if you're interested with Ron's brushes, look at this. You can use them for so many different features. Just delete things around there. Now this just adds so much to the neck of this puppet. Look at that. It just adds to the neck. It just gives it something, a little bit more detail, a little bit more to look at. Remember, it doesn't matter what the brush is, it's what you can use it for. There's no standard rule for anything in art why you have to use it like that, or oh, it's a web, I need to use it as a web. It's not. You can use it for anything you want. If it helps your image, use it in that way. So let me know if you're interested in more on, would you like to go more into detail on how to use these brushes properly? You know, different brushes along the board, how to enhance your images. Post process is the most important part of any image. It truly is. To get just a render out, it doesn't. It's half your magic. The magic lies in compositing a shot. And I say this over and over again. I see many students or kids or whatever saying, "Oh, it's just a straight up render, no post." It doesn't mean anything. It's your final result. And if you can enhance that final result, then you should. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of whatever, but you should. Compositing is literally 70, I would say 60-70% of your image. Anyway, so we're checking them out here. We're just going to go through a couple more of these brushes. Just have a look. Remember, you're adding a brush, you're deleting, you're adding where you want the details, under things, over things, and you can just start producing such beautiful things. Look at that, it's an orange color, so you're getting the sunlight hitting it, or the moonlight, whatever, some light, some sort of a light. Ari, I usually put the lights off when I'm around Margaret. Don't have to look at it, and then go in, use your levels, brightness, contrast, whatever it is, and you can add all these subtle, cool little details. Delete a little bit of it, opacity, start brushing out some of the heaviness of the lines. If it should fall under shadow, brush them out a little bit, change the tints, change the tones, and you can just start creating really pretty things. I'm a big fan of Ron's brushes. I think he does really good work with a lot of his brushes, and they have, I don't think I've had one image that I've ever done where I haven't used one of his brushes. So massive kudos to old Ron. He's a legend, brush making. And I think this is one of his newer packs. It's pretty cool. So for any Halloween things, for anything that you're looking for, this one should be a good one. There's a lot of them that I see that I can use. One or two that I wouldn't use. But, you're not going to be a winner on every single brush you've ever made. But for what I see here, man, majority of them are pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. And I can definitely see myself using these more and more. The one thing that's always difficult to do in 3D are spiderwebs. Getting them perfect. Usually I have like a cutout polygon and I put like one of these as an alpha. Remember, you can use, all of these are alpha'd, which means you can create beautiful textures. If you want to use these in 3D, and you paste that onto a plane, put a nice little foliage wind wave or something over that plane, and you've got a beautiful web that's like kind of dancing in the scene, with a little bit of wind and stuff. It would look absolutely incredible. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with this. Otherwise, I'm just putting together something here. You remember, it's not about just using a web or a single brush or whatever. You always want to kind of build your scene. You want to build your scene and see how you can get things looking pretty cool. You don't have to use the whole brush. Use edges of the brush. Use sides of the brush. Whatever suits you. Change the sizes of it. Scale. And see what fits. A lot of the time people will take a brush and they'll use it exactly how it comes out. If it's a massive brush, they'll try and use it like that. Some people don't quite understand that it's just a pattern, and that pattern, you can do anything you want with that pattern. You don't have to stick to any rules or boundaries on using anything you get in art, which is why art is so powerful, why it's so awesome. What a cool industry. What a cool industry. Now, this was a Halloween image I made years ago. I still like it. It's a scary little bastard. But compared to the one that I'm making this year, I think it's on a bit of a different league. Well, let's see how that one goes. I hope you're all making your Halloween pictures. I'd love to see them. If you got links and stuff to your Halloween images, please shout out. Put them in the comments or whatever. Let's have a look at them. I'd love to see your images. I'm looking at the ones for the Render Hub right now since they're having that competition, and it's going to be epic. I enter them every year. Well, I've been in Render Hub for like a year, and I entered one of them, and it was great. So I'm hoping all this helps. You can see how you can build up a scene. It's not perfect. I'm just going through the brushes, just testing them out and seeing what they like. But you can see how you can start building up a scene, start making it your own. And multiple brushes could give you a frame or a part that you're missing or something just to add that final touch. And this is why I love brushes. They are, oh, mens, a digger, a loiter, a mens fresh. It's Friday. I mean, it's Thursday actually, but yeah, it's late and I'm tired. Anyway, I hope this helps. Oh, you get little spiders too. I forgot about that. You get little spiders, and you can add. You can make a pretty cool scene with all this. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll speak to you later. Bye, guys.